Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to the Random Act of Kindness card uh making, I suppose. I make a card. I make one card once a month and I try to mail it out on the 22nd just so I can remember. And so far I've gotten four cards mailed out this year. Um this will be the fifth one and I am super excited to make this. I'm using a little birdie stamp set. I purchased this offline. A little birdie told me they were having a great sale, and I went over and indulged. Not overindulged because I didn't buy everything. I didn't buy the bar, right? But I bought a few things, and this stamp set is one of them that I really, really liked. It was $1. I believe it was $1. And it's called Shine Bright. So this is it. This is how it looks. Now, I like these flowers. You know, I'm big into flowers right now. Next year, I probably like, I don't like flowers. I like, I don't know, trains. I don't know. But I had stamped this out. I stamped this right here and I jacked it up. So what I'm going to do is just fussy cut. I'm going to color this and fussy cut it up. This card, I may actually, I already put it back on the thing. I was thinking I could just cut this off and cover it up. Maybe I'll cover it with something else because I kind of want all this to be, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with it actually. But nonetheless, we're going to get something done. I think we'll start off with the butterflies. I am using Arteza markers. I got these in some wonderful surprise mail and I pulled out a blue. I want to make these just kind of plain. Nothing too over the top fancy. Not because, you know, we can't make them over the top fancy, but I don't want to. I want to kind of keep them a little bit plain. Oh my goodness. What was it? 2 weeks ago, I think now. 2 weeks ago, we went to the grocery store and there was this big giant caterpillar. When I say giant, he was like half this marker size. So like this, the girth was the same, big giant thing. And you know, I talk about the Nextdoor app quite frequently here. On the Nextdoor app, someone had posted a picture. What are these things? And you know, to the common person, they're called caterpillars, like me. But they actually have a different name to them. And somebody was like, please don't touch them. They sting. Their stinger feels like a bee. And someone's like, it's a caterpillar. They don't hurt. And you know, the person had one in the hand. It was like, no, please be careful. They actually do hurt. I was just like, the people on Nextdoor, if you have that app, you'll know they can be a little bit overly presumptuous and weird, kind of rude sometimes. Like we have these people, telemarketers that come to your door, right? Door to door salesmen knocking, and they have the Ring camera and they had a picture of this guy opening the door to knock on it, right? And it was a screen door. And somebody's like, what is he doing? Why is he trying to come in my house? Blah, 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 blah. And others like, oh my God, did you call the cops? Who are these people? Blah, 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 blah. And somebody was like, chill. He's just trying to open the screen door to knock on the door. The thing is, most of these houses have doorbells. And if you ring the doorbell, people usually go to it. I don't. I don't go to it. My son runs to the door. I'm like, don't do that because you never know who's at the door. He always thinks it's his father. But I told his dad, I said, you got to stop doing that because he'll go and open a door and it'll be a complete stranger at the door. You know, he's never done it, but he'll try to open the door. Like if you need your key, you need to find your key. Um, he'll misplace or leave it in his work vehicle and want us to come and open the door for him. I'm like, no, you need to stop. You know, stop doing that. Bring your key home, man. Because one day he was home and we weren't. He came home and we weren't home. He's like, where are you? I was like, I told you we had to go out and, you know, get something. I don't know what we were doing. Dropping something off. I don't know. And he's like, I'm outside. I said, well, you're going to have to wait a little while longer because we not home. You know, we in the streets. But when we got home, you know, he was good or whatever. His son was excited. His son, right? Like he's not my child. Our son was excited to see daddy. Let's put it like that. I think this butterfly is coming out really, really nicely. I don't think I'm going to color this other butterfly, though, because I don't want a fussy cut. And I do have 2 images. I was going to try to mail out 2 cards this time, but we'll see. We shall see. I want to color this flower. I pulled out this green for that reason. You know, I think that sometimes when we think about random acts of kindness, they don't have to be large contributions. A random act of kindness is you open a door for someone. Just something that you normally, you know, the person may not get. And that's a random act of kindness. You know, buying the person behind you if you're in the drive-thru a meal. Or telling an employee at a drive-thru, if you do drive-thru, here's a tip. Because I think right now we are on this really bad path of self-righteousness and indignation, where sometimes we assume things, right? And I'll give an example. I think sometimes the way we view people is not the way they view themselves. And so some people think way more highly of themselves than they really are, and vice versa. And you can't change a person's self-esteem. You can't change anything about how they feel, but you can always tell them how you feel about them. And I think sometimes when we do that, people may be a little bit on the shock side. I pulled out my jelly pens. These came from the Dollar Tree. Gel writers, jelly pen, whatever you want to call them. They came from the Dollar Tree. This one in particular. I just thought that'd be really cool. I do like to go over some of these silver parts with the jelly roll, though, not the gel pen, because sometimes they just come out really weird. Whereas the jelly roll, I love it. Like, I'm in love with the jelly roll markers, and I bought some, not markers, pens, and I bought a few. I recommend going to Joann Fabrics if you want things, but when they have a sale, or Michaels when they have a sale. But Michaels, I don't know what's up with their sales. They have weird sales, like 15% off something. It's like crazy. So we're going to make this flower pink, I think. Peachy color. Nothing too heavy, right? I do want to say that when people receive random acts of kindness, it is so much better than giving it, right? Like when you send something to someone, they get it. Most people are appreciative and they say, thank you, I really appreciate it, blah, blah, blah. And I find that to be very selfish of me to, I get excited about that. I know that's not good. But that whole saying it's better to give than to receive is very true. So this is running a little bit. I knew it would run some, and we're okay with that. I'm just rubbing it off on a random sheet of paper that I don't know why. It's right there. But yeah. The thing I think sometimes is, though, for me, I always try to give it to someone that's not like expecting it, you know. And I think I'll continue this next year, but I won't do videos on it. I'll just do I think this year for me, I'm doing the videos to hold myself more accountable than anything. But once I get in the groove, I'll try and do more. I also think that if I share with you all, maybe it'll spark you to want to do something for someone you know. Like my neighbors across the street, they're always there for me. And so, you know, sometimes I'll stop, and I like Bluebell ice cream. It's the best ice cream in the country, right? That's what the commercial says. I'll get ice cream and I'll get them some, and I'll just go and knock on the door. I'll have my son knock on the door and give it to them, because it's nice to receive things unexpectedly. Good things, not, like people coming to your door and saying, "Hi, would you like to get solar panel?" Everyone in your neighborhood, do you know your neighbor across the street so and so? I'm like, no, I don't know those people. But when someone comes to your door with ice cream, changes the whole entire mindset of why you answered the door in the first place. I want to color this flower. I don't want to do pink. I just put the yellow center in there, so that's a little bit on the backward side. But I'm thinking lilac. I pulled out a purple earlier. I colored that butterfly with it. So this is the only gripe that I have about coloring. Those little tiny images, but I guess you can get like micron or thin markers. Me. I'm not about to get into that though. I'm not going to. I have a few. Yes, I do have a few, only because I needed them, right? I needed them for my hair textures, for some of the Julie Nutting dolls or any other dolls that have like big hair and I want to turn into more Afro textured hair. But other than that, I'm not about to go out and invest any money in that, because it would be a waste. Because I like to color larger images. I don't want to sit here and do what I'm doing right now with these little tiny images. But I'm okay with doing it just this one time. I think I can make this a sun, right? We'll see. And let's make this a blue butterfly, because if I'm making a card and I don't have any blue or green in it, what's the purpose? I just want a light blue though. So we're going to use this Carolina blue right here. I love it. I'm not sure how you all feel about coloring, but it just does something to my heart. Makes me smile. I haven't colored in a while though, like seriously colored. And when you're seeing this video, it's the 19th of the month right now, but you're going to see it the last day of the month. And I really want to do a color and chat with me video, because there's a few things I got on my mind that I want to talk about. And I just want to see, where everyone's head is. But I'm not sure if I'll be doing it yet. So I'm going to take, I use peach. And I'm going to take Tuscan Sun. And I'm just going to hopefully, yes, it's working. Change this just a little bit. I'm going to change everything, but just the edges. Just the edges. I have been watching and lurking in some of these professional channels, craft things that they're selling, and man, I watched this one lady color and I was just like, I need you as my like buddy. Because sometimes you can watch a video a few times and still not get it, and then someone shows you and you're like, is that all? Is that really all? I'm going to come back in with this yellow. The ones from the Dollar Tree, in my opinion, a little bit more pigmented. So you got to keep that in mind. We could have definitely stamped this out in a different color and colored it like that to give it something a little bit different. Go ahead and cut this one little butterfly out. Alright, so I cut the butterfly off, cut the antenna off, because I was not about to try and fussy cut that and make it work, right? Make it make sense. No. So I'm going to take some glue, just glue this down really quickly, and then we'll continue on with that. I think the card is done, but I'm going to look at it and see. Now, when you're sending out these cards or making cards for people, they don't have, like I said, they don't have to be like super duper fancy schmancy. They just need to be from the heart, and they need to be something that you enjoy doing. So You know, I always tell y'all, like, I like making cards. So that's what we're doing. Just gonna make these antennae a little bit thicker. There we go. And I think I'm going to adjust this a little bit more. There we go. All right, so I think that is that. What do you think? Do we need something else? Like, I would like to put these down at the bottom right here. I do think that I want to do that. The problem with this, oh wait, ooh. Let's just try it out and see, and if it messes up, then we'll figure out how to fix it, okay? We'll just figure out how to fix it. Because I think I can do this like this. Oh, nervous. She is nervous because I don't want to mess this up. Because even though it's just a little thing, I don't want to mess it up. All right, hold your breath, hold your breath, hold your breath, hold your breath. You see? You see? Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. We can always just cut that part off, right? We're going to make it work. And work shall we make it. All right, let's see. I need scrap. So sometimes what I'll do if I make a mistake like that is I will make it look a purposeful mistake. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect these down. And you see, like, this is going off. So it's already gone off. And we're going to repeat this pattern. Okay. Am I worried about the double? No, I'm not. I'll show you why. Okay. And you really can't see the double. And when we color it, it's going to be real nice. Real nice. Hopefully. Hopefully. Let's see. Just like that. Oh, you know what? This is a little tulip, so it looks double anyway, even though it's not. So that works out in our favor. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and color this up real quick. Where's the green at? Let's put this to the side. You know, I've been trying to clean up as I craft a lot more lately than ever. And it's working out so far so good. And then sometimes I'm like, what is going on with this? Why is this like this? All right, so I think this may run just a little bit. That's okay. Like, this is a weird flower. Why would you do that to me? I don't like this pink, but I think the pink is strong enough to not pick up the black so much as the yellow would, because I really want to put the yellow on there. But that's okay. Anyway. Yeah. These cards have been very much fun for me to make and send out. Because you're not you know, like, these are the things that you don't expect. You don't expect to get a random card in the mail. Just saying, hey, how you doing? I hope your day's going well. If it's like a holiday, your birthday or something, and you get mail, you're like, okay, yeah, it's probably a birthday card. It's probably a Christmas card. And I had a friend who sent out cards for every every occasion. St. Patrick's Day, New Year's, Christmas, Easter, Happy Spring, Happy Fall cards. Oh, it's the summertime. And I just never, like, I was big into buying cards from Hallmark. Like, I always wanted to own a Hallmark store. And now I have Brandy's store, right? And I never understood why they did that. But I think I know now, because it's just pure enjoyment to know that the person received the card is excited or happy that they got that card. My mom would send me random stuff in the mail sometimes. And I would always be like, why is she sending me this? But now, whenever I'm going through something, I see her handwriting. I get excited. I smile. Even with my aunt's handwriting, the same thing. I get excited and I smile. Because you never know when you're going to talk to that person the last time, right? You never know when you're going to see them that last time. And it's just nice to get random junk from people. Honestly, it really is. And I'm not talking about like purchase junk. I mean like a handmade card or a little letter that says, hey, I hope you're doing great. I heard you weren't feeling well. Something like that. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to color the other thing up yet, but I do like this. So let's go ahead and make it into a card. All right, so we're going to make this our background card. We're going to cut this down a little bit, so not too much. And then I'm going to ink around the edges, and then we're going to put it on top of here. This card. I feel like they made this card to be one of these, but we need it to... I don't know. It's just something about it that makes me think it should be a sideways card, but we're not making it a length card. We're making it a portrait. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and ink up the edges. This paper's so pretty. I think it's in a Michael's Hot Buy, I think. I'm not sure. Michael's or Die Cuts would be. I really don't know who the paper's by off the top of my head. It's really pretty. It has that sheen to it. I think it'd be really nice. I'm just inking up these edges because I wanted to have that pink. Now, I know we could have made this like a yellow. We could have went anywhere with this. I didn't choose the color in the clouds either, just because I didn't want to just, go too crazy. But if I had like a good, I mean, I probably could have did with the gel pen, just trace the clouds out. But nope, I didn't do that. Now, in the future, I may, not today, but I could, do another bulb and just go around it all in like yellow and then put it in. But that would be a lot of in my opinion, a lot of not fussy cutting, detailing, and I don't want to do that ever. So yeah, so this is a prefabricated card from Crafter's Companion. I'm using the kits that I have. I am trying my hardest, I promise. I've been to the stores a few times and I've looked and I've walked out with empty-handed or what I actually went in there for. So I'm trying so hard to be so good to my my statement of using up some of the stuff that I have versus not. I have been sorting, and more sorting. And I've been getting rid of a lot of things. I want to get rid of more clothes because my issue is I was real small at one point. Like small. And then I had a child. And no, I'm not about to say because of my child I am large. No, I lost the weight, some of the weight. And now in order for me to get back to a weight that I desire to be, I have to, work on it, work out. And I'm waiting. I have a doctor's appointment and I need them to check out a few of my body pains because I hurt. And I'd rather not hurt, honestly. I'd rather not be in pain versus working out. I know some people are like, oh, no pain, no gain. Well, I'm gaining because I'm paining, right? So, yeah, once that is done, like I had started, I fell, and the thing is, I fell in February. So when I fell, like that really set me back because I couldn't walk, right? And I was like, oh no, I won't go to the doctor. I'll let it go. I've had pain like this before, blah, blah, blah. And then when I tried to go to the doctor, that was a whole nother ball of wax. And so I have an appointment with this person. And since Texas seems to be living their best state life, I should be able to see him. Like go into the building and see the man. And then I'm going to ask him if I can't change doctors. He's going to be like, why? And then, I'll be like, I don't think I'm getting good care from you. And it's not really him. It's the gatekeeper, his nurse, that I don't feel like is actually relaying the dang messages properly. So that's my issue. Once that's over, like I walk just not enough because it's hot and my son does not listen very well, but I'm going to figure out something to tire his little self out. Okay, so this is our rack C for the month of May. I enjoyed it. I even enjoyed a little boo-boo that I have over here. You can't even tell that it was a boo-boo now, can ya? It was very, very fun making this, and I do have someone in mind for this month. If you would like to receive a random card from me, I'm not saying I'm going to send it out like next month or in the next couple of months, but I do plan on doing this next year as well, and I do want to try to ramp it up to 2 cards a month, so I think the coloring will have to be minimal, and that way I can get more cards out, right? Maybe I can ramp it up to 3, but I don't like making bulk cards. I'm not sure if you've ever heard me complain about that doing the 10 on the 10th card. I like making the Christmas cards and I enjoy the collaboration, but after you make X amount of cards of the same one, you kind of be like, oh no, like draining, right? Anyway, another story for another day. I want to say thank you all for watching. Thank you for the support. Thank you for always just being here and cheering me on. I really appreciate you being my cheerleaders. Until next time, happy crafting.